The Rauma-class missile boats have been vital in Finland's security since the early 1990s. Today, they are also an indispensable component of NATO's defense strategies in the Baltic Sea, playing a pivotal role in safeguarding the region. Yet, these old vessels are waiting to hand over the responsibility to the new Pohjanmaa-class corvettes. As the weapon detective, we're now investigating the Rauma-class and changing naval security perspective of Finland. With its advanced design and high combat capabilities, the Rauma-class is still among the best in its class. It can still compete with the latest missile boats in the market. Yet, these vessels are now tired and are waiting for their retirement. However, the Finnish Navy will replace the 240-ton Rauma-class with 4,300-ton corvettes, not other missile boats. Before analyzing this radical change, let's briefly look at the history and features of the Rauma-class. After the end of the Second World War, Finland faced harsh military restrictions. The 1947 Paris Peace Treaty limited the Finnish Navy to a fleet of no more than 10,000 tons and 4,500 men and banned it from having offensive weapons such as torpedoes, submarines, mines, and missiles. Western and Eastern blocs decided that in the New World Order, keeping Finland neutral was the best solution. So when it reorganized its naval forces, this country initially acquired naval vessels from both sides to maintain the balance. Yet, the Finns began to design and build some naval ships domestically after a while. The restrictions on the Finnish Navy eased in the late 1960s. Now it could operate missile boats. So, in 1968, Finland laid down Isku as a training vessel. Commissioned 2 years later, she had 4 Soviet-made P-15 Termit anti-ship missiles, whose NATO reporting name is SSN-2 Styx. After trials, the Finnish Navy decided to acquire the Oso II-class missile boats from the USSR. 4 vessels, defined as Tuima-class in this country, were commissioned between 1974 and 1975. They had been equipped with locally developed electronics. Helsinki authorized an indigenous missile boat development program in 1976 as a next step. 4 Helsinki-class vessels were ordered in 1978. Commissioned between 1981 and 1986, they had Swedish-made RBS-15 missiles. The follow-up Rauma-class was ordered on August 27, 1987. It was based on the previous Helsinki-class, but had many improvements in design. Initially, the Finnish Navy planned to have at least 5 Rauma-class missile boats. Besides, a further 6th and 7th vessels were considered. Yet, later, Finland changed the plan and initiated the Squadron 2000 program, including commissioning 2 Hamina-class boats and 4 Tuuli-class hovercrafts. So, Helsinki authorized the building of only 4 Rauma-class vessels. The first boat of the class, FNS Rauma, was commissioned on October 18, 1990. The last vessel, FNS Naantali, joined the fleet on June 23, 1992. The first 2, FNS Rauma and FNS Rahe, were built by Holming. Finnyachts constructed the last 2, FNS Naantali and FNS Porvo. The Rauma-class has an aluminum alloy hull and superstructure. Its design reduces the magnetic, thermal, radar, and acoustic signatures. The boat can operate in very shallow waters thanks to its water jets. This propulsion system also provides good maneuverability and a high acceleration and slowdown rate. Even though the Rauma-class is a primarily anti-surface warfare platform, it can also perform anti-submarine warfare missions. These missile boats are among the smallest naval ships to carry a towed array, which can be towed at speeds up to 12 knots. This stern deck extension, housing the towed array cable, gives the vessel an undercut appearance. The Rauma-class boats underwent a midlife modernization program between 2010 and 2013. Their variable depth sonar and countermeasure systems have been renewed. Also, the Saab 9LV-225 combat data system has been upgraded from the Mark III standard to the Mark IV. Besides, their drinking water tanks have been enlarged. This modernization allows the Rauma-class vessels to be operational into the late 2020s. According to Jane's Fighting Ships 2015-2016 edition, the complement of the Rauma-class is 24 person. The boat has a length of 48 meters, a beam of 8 meters and a draught of 1.5 meters. Its standard and fully loaded displacements are 218 and 240 tons respectively. The vessel's propulsion consists of two 4,425 horsepower MTU 16V538 TB93 diesel engines and two Riva Calzoni IRC-115 water jets. Its maximum speed is over 30 knots. The Rauma-class has the GH-band Giraffe surface search, J-band 9LV225 fire control, and I-band ARPA navigation radars, as well as the 9LV Mark III optronic director with TV camera, infrared and laser telemetry. Before the modernization, the boat had the Toadfish high-frequency active and Sonac PTA low-frequency towed sonars. The Kongsberg ST-2400 is replacing them. The new towed array has a 78-meter-long cable and 24 hydrophones. It can be used at speeds between 3 to 12 knots. During the modernization, the Rauma-class was equipped with the multi-ammunition soft-kill system, shortly MASS, which was mounted on the place previously housed the 23mm Zu-23 Sako gun turret. The MASS can protect the vessel from anti-ship missile attacks by launching decoys which operate in all relevant wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum, such as ultraviolet, electro-optical, laser, infrared, and radar. The Rauma-class generally carries 6 RBS-15M anti-ship missiles, whose Finnish designation is MTO-85. This number can increase to 8 if required. The RBS-15M has an advanced guidance system, which allows the radar seeker to be used effectively even when the missile conducts HG evasive maneuvers. This version features low radar and infrared signatures. The RBS-15M with a 200 kg high explosive blast and pre-fragmented warhead has a 150 km maximum range and Mach 0.8 top speed. The Rauma-class has one 40mm L-70 gun inside a glass-reinforced plastic turret with a low radar cross-section. Its practical rate of fire is 300 rounds per minute. The gun's maximum range is 12,000 and 6,900 meters against surface and air targets, respectively. The Rauma-class has two LLS-920 ELMA 9-tube anti-submarine grenade launchers in front of the 40mm L-70 gun. The grenades have a 4.2 kg shape-charge warhead designed to penetrate a submarine's pressure hull. These small holes do not destroy the target but force it to surface. The LLS-920 ELMA has a 350-meter range. The launchers are adjusted automatically depending on the target data from sensors. The boat also has two 12.7mm NSV machine guns and one depth charge rail. Two mine rails can be mounted in place of the missile launchers on the stern. Before the midlife modernization, the Rauma-class had one Zu-23 Sako twin-barreled anti-aircraft gun, the Finnish-built naval variant of the Zu-23-2. Depending on tactical requirements, the barrels of the Zu-23 Sako could be replaced by the Mistral Manpads launchers. Besides, the Rauma-class had sextuple launcher rails for the 103mm eliminating rockets, which were also removed. Due to Finland's cautious policy, which prioritized not provoking Russia, the operational careers of the Rauma-class boats were peaceful until the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Still, due to the harsh conditions of the Baltic Sea, these over 30-year-old girls are now worn out. On February 18, 2015, the Finnish media reported that the Rauma-class vessels were grounded after fatigue damage was discovered in their hulls. According to the Finnish Navy's official declaration, the fractures did not affect the overall strength of the boats. They were repaired and back in operation by 2016. Yet this incident has revealed that the aluminum alloy material used in the Rauma-class has reached the end of its life cycle. The Finnish Navy will replace the Rauma-class missile boat and the Hämeenmaa-class mine layers with the new Pohjanmaa-class corvettes, which will enter the service in the late 2020s. It's a radical change. Compared to a missile boat, a 4,300-ton and 117-meter surface combatant naturally offers more electronic system and weaponry carrying capacity, meaning much higher combat capability. Besides, the Pohjanmaa-class will have surface-to-air missiles and anti-submarine warfare torpedoes, while the Rauma-class does not have such armament. The successor of the Rauma-class, the Hämeenmaa-class, already has these capabilities. Yet the larger hull of the Pohjanmaa-class will give the ship extended endurance. Also, this ship will be able to carry and operate a helicopter. So, at first glance, the Pohjanmaa-class will dramatically increase the Finnish Navy's combat capability. However, will a gigantic so-called corvette with a 5-meter draught be suitable for the defense of shallow water with countless islands and islets of the Gulf of Finland and the Archipelago Sea? Naturally, the Rauma-class can answer the Finnish Navy's operational requirements more conveniently with their compact size and high maneuverability in very shallow water. So why does Finland make such a radical change? In the mid-2010s, Russia did not rank number 1 in Helsinki's security concerns. The Squadron 2020 program for the Pohjanmaa-class corvettes was officially launched in 2015 before the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Besides, at the time, Putin had not declared that he aimed to regain the control of the former Russian Empire's territory. Some viewers may not know, but this area also includes Finland. Meanwhile, the Finnish Navy began participating in multinational overseas operations in 2011, and the mine layer FNS Pohjanmaa served in Operation Atalanta. The Squadron 2020 was the fruit of this political atmosphere. Then the Russian troops invaded Ukraine. So, why has the Finnish Navy not reconsidered its radical transformation after this event? First, Finland is now a NATO member. Its security is guaranteed by the most capable military alliance. Second, the poor combat performance of the Russian armed forces, especially the Navy in the ongoing war, has dispelled the initial fear. Now, everybody knows that Russia, which has not been able to defeat Ukraine after nearly 3 years, cannot regain the former imperial territory. It's not even strong enough to attempt such an endeavor. So, even if the Finnish Navy might initially reconsider its future reorganization plan, it is now convinced that there is no need for this. The Armament-class mine layers and Rauma-class missile boats are near the end of their life cycles. They have to be replaced. The reorganized Finnish Navy demands more capable surface combatants instead of new mine layers and missile boats. So, the keel of the first Pohjanmaa-class multi-role corvette was lowered at Rauma shipyard on April 11, 2024. Alongside the Finnish fighter jets and shore-based mobile anti-ship missile batteries, 4 Hamina-class vessels, currently one of the best missile boats, are enough to protect Finland's interest in the Gulf of Finland and the Archipelago Sea. The Rauma-class has successfully served for over 30 years. Today it is tired and has no place in the Finnish Navy's future organization. Due to fatigue damages on their hulls, these 4 missile boats will probably not find a new home after retirement. We hope that at least one Rauma will be preserved as a museum ship. Thanks for watching our video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of our new videos. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all of your likes, comments and shares.